Well, welcome to the Real Rundown in Real Estate, where two real estate agents serving three different states, bringing you the real conversations buyers and sellers actually need.
From when it's a good time to buy to steps to becoming a first-time home buyer to I'm ready to sell. What do I do now?
We break it all down. We cover market rates, home inspections, listing strategies, and everything in between, but without the fluff.
This is a space for real insight, real strategies, and real answers. We welcome your questions, your engagements, and your curiosity because informed decisions build a confident homeowner. You can trust us to give you the real rundown in real estate.
A real rundown in real estate.
I'm Juanita Jackson with Kaizen Realty. I'm servicing Tennessee and Memphis, Tennessee and Atlanta, Georgia.
And I'm Jeanette Irving with the Good Life RVA service in Richmond, Virginia and surrounding counties.
Welcome
To the real rundown in real estate.
All right. So today we are going to be talking about I want to sell my house. Now what? So
Hmm.
there are 5 steps that a seller usually miss and regret. So we're going to talk about those 5 steps today.
Okay.
Okay. So the first step that I want to talk about, Jeanette, is pricing without a real strategy.
Okay.
How important is that?
So here's where I said start with the right price, not the highest price.
Mm-hmm.
Because pricing strategy, not a wish. Pricing is strategy for real, for real. It is a
Mm-hmm.
strategy.
It
It is
is.
not a wish. I wish I could get 500,000 for my house when the strategy shows that the homes in the area only sold for 350.
Mm-hmm.
So, home price correctly from day one attract more buyers. From day
Exactly.
one, don't try to roll it back after day 45 and come up with the right strategy on pricing.
Right.
So it also creates a sense of urgency and often sell faster and for more than an overpriced home that sits there.
Right. You're right. And that first 30 days is very, very crucial.
Critical.
I
Yes.
mean, critical, the first 30 days, because normally after that 30 days, buyers are thinking that once a house has been on the market for more than 30 days, they're thinking, what's going on with the house? What's wrong with the house?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to get fewer and fewer showings.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's critical, right? So that number one, pricing without a real strategy
Yep.
will be a big regret for sellers.
Correct. Again,
Okay,
start with the right price, not the
with the
highest
right
price.
price, not the highest price, and
Yep.
that's when you see a lot of expired.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of expires on the market because the houses are overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
And number two,
Yeah.
skipping the pre-sale walkthrough.
Mm.
That's very important
Okay.
because we all when we make that listing appointment, when we want to see the house, we want to come out and see the house, we want to walk the house before you put this house on the market. This is getting this house ready for the market. So we need to walk the house. And things that we see, we are looking through a buyer's eye. What the buyers are going to be looking for when they walk through that house. Like little things, like they go into the bathroom. You got a leaky faucet. You got little, maybe the paint needs to be brushed up a little bit. The house needs to look a certain way. So what we do is we walk through that house and give you tips on
Mm-hmm.
getting the house ready for the market, and knowing what buyers are looking for and what's going to sell your house faster. So then what do you have to say about that?
No, I totally agree. It just goes to that first impressions matter
Mm-hmm.
online and in person.
Oh, yes.
Because we know stock photography, we know AI, we know the whole gamut. So if they see this glorious and gorgeous house online, but when they show up in person, it's something totally different. It's not, it's just not a good look. It's really not a good look at all. So buyers make their decision, from my understanding, because within seconds within
Right.
seconds up on driving in through the neighborhood up to the house. They
So we
make
do
their
that
decision.
first.
Yes.
So we do that first. We're gonna drive to the house first. We're gonna see the house first.
Yep.
So we
And
don't even have
so
to have those problems.
so I agree that leaky faucet, fix it. The decluttering, do a little light staging and then, clean it up a little bit. Curb appeal you may not think it matters, but it really does matter. And your neighbors curb appeal matters.
It's called marketing the house.
Yes, yes. And so I would even just ask if you just get some professional photos taken,
Right,
it could really drastically
right.
impact
And
the
we're gonna
showings and
get to
all.
that. Yeah, and we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that.
Okay.
So number three,
Yep.
and Jeanette, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Okay.
Okay, because I think you're gonna do really good with
All right. What we got?
step number three. So step number three is not preparing emotionally.
That is a really good one. So here's the thing. I I understand being sentimental with the house. But
Hmm.
when you make the decision to sell, to list your home, you got to start working in your brain somehow, some way. This is no longer my home.
Hmm. You gotta
Being
disconnect.
attached and emotionally attached to that house
Hmm.
forever and a day. You had your first child in that house. You know, all your kids graduated from high school in that
Hmm.
house. That emotional attachment, somehow you're going to have to softly let it go,
Yeah.
because it's no longer going to be yours, because the buyers are now trying to see themselves in there. So when we ask you to take down personal photos
Hmm.
or declutter a little bit more, it is meaning it's just time for you to transition. So
Right.
having
You
that
gotta
emotional
detach.
tie, you're gonna have to let it go.
It's called you gotta detach from the house.
Yeah.
You gotta detach. This
Detach,
is right,
declutter.
'cause yeah, detail all of that. Yeah. Right. And number four, we're
Uh-huh.
going to talk about poor presentation. And that's
Ooh.
when we're going to get back to those
Get back into that.
photos and
Yeah.
staging and cluttering. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So you got like the photos, and Jeanette talked about it earlier. You got to um make attract buyers. So how you going to attract buyers? Number one is the professional photos. Those professional photos are very important because this is
Mhm.
what makes buyers want to see the house. And then keep in
Mhm.
mind, buyers, even though we represent buyers, buyers find their own home. They tell us what they want to see. They
Mhm.
tell us what they like.
Mhm.
So that's the first thing that they have to go by when they're searching online and when we send them houses, what those photos look like.
Mhm.
So
I
so that's
agree.
gonna
And
be yeah. But go
yes,
ahead,
those
Jeanette.
professional photos can drastically impact showings and your
Hmm.
offer as well. Because if those photos are not displaying good quality, they're going to tell you it's going to be too much work. It's going to be too
Hmm.
much work. So they're going to give you a lower offer, knowing, thinking they got a lot of work to do in that house. You
Right.
know, we want buyers to feel at home the moment they see that house, which goes back to
Hmm.
that emotional attachment. You know, we
Right.
want them to now feel like this is my home. I can see myself living here.
Exactly, right. And so you gotta declutter, going back to the emotional part of
Hmm.
it. You gotta take those pictures down. You may have to add some, from some fresh paint. You may have to
Right.
move some stuff out in the garage, or if you don't have a garage, move some stuff to the storage, because you gotta detach, declutter, all of that, because that presentation is going to make a difference on how fast and how long it takes to sell your home.
That's correct.
I said, help us help you.
That's right. Help me help you.
Help me help you. Yeah. And
So,
so the last but not least, number 5, this is a mistake and it's a regret if you don't do number 5. Waiting too long to talk to a professional.
mhm, mhm.
Not making, that first decision to hire a realtor.
Yeah, yeah. For
Waiting
sale
too
by
long
own.
to do
Yeah.
that. Right, for sale by owners. I want to sell it myself.
Hmm.
And I mean, like, sometimes it takes us a minute to get it sold. So how you gonna sell it?
Right.
We're gonna get it out there. How are you gonna get it out there?
I also think we just have a broader reach. You know, we're going to do so much more to get
Right,
your house sold, you know, and we have really a broad reach where,
right.
we may have buyers that is interested in the very house that you want to list, you know, and we
Jeanette,
may
and let
have
me
colleagues that is looking for your particular home.
Right. And let me say this. You trying to sell the house yourself, and all these people that's not pre-qualified yet, very important. They're not pre-qualified. You don't even know if they can afford to buy the house, but you got it up for sale by owner, and they coming to see the house. You don't, and a lot of these buyers are not even qualified to buy your house.
Correct.
But if you're working with a professional,
That's right.
we're not going to expose your
Yeah.
home to a buyer that's not qualified. That's a
That's
big
true.
thing. Right. That's a
Hmm.
big thing. And I'm sorry, Jeanette, I cut you off.
No, no,
I,
no,
I,
no, no.
I
I
didn't want to
totally
lose that
agree.
train of thought.
Yeah. No, I totally agree to that. You don't want people just passing in and out. And again,
Mm-mm.
working with a great realtor will put you in and I think at a better advantage.
A better advantage.
Whether it's the upfront, the process, it just makes the process smoother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're under contract, it protects you at the bottom line. It protects you in the end
It
because you have
does.
someone working for you on your behalf. And
That's
it's
right.
not stressing you out that you got to be home every time somebody want to see your house and you got to be available and so on and so forth. So working with a great realtor just helps. It helps the
Right. It
process.
makes things easier. It keeps
Yeah.
you doing the things that you do best,
Mm-hmm.
and it let us do the things that we do best.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So that's all we got for today. Um,
Yay.
yeah, all we got for today. Thank you so much for watching the Real Rundown in Real Estate.
Yes.
Again, I am Juanita Jackson with Kaizen Realty. I'm servicing Memphis, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia.
And I am Jeanette. I am your real estate agent in Richmond, Virginia with the Good Life RVA.
All right, until next week.
See y'all.